Even though you prepared something really nice, not many of the other people you work with might understand it. So I think this situation is not just for me for this video, it's also something that you might experience in your business context. And that's something where the approach of 3D-Welten could be really interesting. Hey guys, a new video I actually kind of struggled with, because the intention was to show you something about 3D-Welten. Something that's interesting, therefore something that has some kind of context or story to it. And if you're interested in a more formal, more detailed interview about 3D-Welten, let me know. Anyhow, but for this video, actually what I want you to have for it is to get some kind of feeling. So why would I use it, and how does it feel, how is it useful for me? And that's actually the story of the last week, because I kinda wasted the whole last week thinking about this video and doing some test shoots that I didn't like and threw away. But then I thought, okay, maybe that's exactly the story, because many times in business you have the task to do something new, and with new things, new innovations, very often you're stuck because you have some kind of motivation. Do it good, do it well, do it that it suits you, that it's interesting for you, and the quality should be right. And that was the same thing for me in this video as well. So I think this situation is not just for me for this video, it's also something that you might experience in your business context. That's something where the approach of 3D-Welten could be really interesting. Let me show you. So what you do is you get to work, get on a desk, whatever. You want to do something new and bring your ideas together, use the tools you have to do so, and think about many things. Think about the environment, the context, the people you're gonna work with, or also the process, maybe the budget, all those things. And if you've done so and took the right ingredients, so say for your idea for this new innovative thing you're planning or should go, and bring that all together, sometimes it's just a mess. See? Sometimes it's just chaotic and messful. And even though you prepared something really nice, not many of the other people you work with might understand it, or might even see it as a new innovative idea. So what it sometimes end up with is a bit chaotic. The thing is, when you start these things, not only you might bring something new and creative to the table, but your colleagues might also have their own ideas, their own collection of things you have to get clarity from. All right, so to get more clarity in this process, we can now enter 3D-Welten. And the first thing we do is take our ideas, which are wonderful and really creative, but sometimes also chaotic, or too much, or too hard to talk about, too hard to onboard other people's with your ideas. We take the main material of 3D-Welten, which are these tiles, these hexagonal tiles. And what we do is rewrite our ideas onto them. There is a certain syntax to it, so it's good to use your subject in combination with an activity, a verb, to make it more actionable. And also we're gonna draw down some little icons that depict this idea to make it easier to find the tile again, to talk about it, because we will move it around. So the basic idea is get our ideas on, and in this step we also make it sometimes more clear more easy to talk about. And yes, of course, some details from this might be lost in here, but if it's too detailed, we cannot talk about it. And if we miss some detail, it might need actually just another tile, or we can look at this at the end again and see, okay, hey guys, something is actually missing. Let's put it on this tile again. But this is the first step, and every participant, everyone who is involved in the process, writes their ideas down. Then we condense it, then we can put the ideas which are not that good away and use just the best ones. So already a step further within clarity. And then the idea is really simple. Let me get the other material. We have all the tiles of the other participants. We have all the ideas in their mind which are important, written down on these tiles now, sorted out to a certain number, to the best ones, to the 3, 4, 5, whatever best ones. And they all put it on the table. Now, usually there would be a big map, but I don't have enough space, so I don't want to, it's not that important to show it to you right now. Maybe I'll show it to you afterwards. But what's happening now is, in a certain manner, we organize these tiles and ideas which are similar, which are the same. If they're the same, we might even skip one of these. If they're similar, we put it together to this kind of islands. And this is also where the name comes from. 3D-Welten. We build our world of this new project, innovation, of these new ideas, whatever. And the cool thing next then, put it here, is that we now can get into one of the final phases, which is the prioritization step. And the idea is, think about your islands here. And think about what happens if the flood comes. Which of these tiles, which of these individual ideas have to survive even the sea level is rising? And you can help the tiles to survive if you take one of these height plates, or whatever you want to call it, these bigger ones, to elevate your ideas even further. And you can do this in different manners as a group or team. Again, the facilitator will guide you through that. But basically, it's kind of a vote, and you vote for those who you want to give your height plate. And at the end, what's happening is actually that you have the combined ideas and measurements and actions to this topic on your 3D world, with a prioritization by the level of how high the individual hexagonal tiles actually are. And that's pretty much very useful. That's very useful, that's very helpful to have in one glimpse to see what as a group is the most important thing we want to do. And very often you sometimes have also the tiles on the same height. That's a good idea where you have to look again and say, is that really the same priority, or do we have to change something? Because everything here is kind of movable until you say, okay, that's it. Now as a group it feels good. Now we have this kind of guide, this clarity, where to start, what not to do, what to do, and so on and so forth. And one last thing I still want to show you is you can even have a different perspective, a new look into it. And that's with these nice things. This is one of these trays. You give these little icons a meaning, and by placing them on your islands, you have another perspective, another look on what's important for whom, and what's important for what. All right. So, and if you have to look again on this map and say, hey, is something of the details we all brought together missing, then just add it. Okay. So that's actually this pretty simple and short video again about 3D-Welten, a really nice method. If you want to get in more detail, if you want to have more information about the real topic, about the real method of the material, just call me. For now, stay playful, have fun, see you next time. Now I have to clean everything.